This is a story of failure that turned into my biggest lesson yet. 30 days ago, I set myself the challenge of creating an Etsy store and selling AI generated art. The plan was to make as much money as I could within 30 days and share with you how I did it. But that's not exactly how it turned out. So instead, today I'm going to share with you the lessons I learned from this experience so you can take your failing AI Etsy store and turn it into a roaring success. Selling AI art on Etsy, it's a huge trend at the moment. You just can't seem to escape it. It seems like every creator and their mum is jumping on the trend. Well, when I first discovered this idea, my eyes lit up with dollar signs. I instantly saw the possibilities that generative AI services like Midjourney, Stable Diffusion and Night Cafe held. So of course, I jumped on the AIart bandwagon and started creating some designs using Midjourney. I created a store on Etsy, gave it a nice name, added a logo, linked my Etsy store to a print-on-demand service, created some pretty mock-up designs, and started adding my AI art listings to Etsy. After I'd uploaded a few designs, I turned on Etsy ads, sat back, and waited for the sales to start rolling in. Fast forward to 30 days later, I had uploaded loads more listings and upped the ads budget, but I hadn't sold one single product. The 30-day challenge had ended and I had nothing to show for a month's worth of work. I'd failed. I took a few days to regroup after this defeat, and once I was able to take a step back from this huge failure, it all started to make sense. I took off my rose-tinted AI glasses and finally I could see clearly again. So here's what happened. Hopefully you can learn from my mistakes. Lesson 1: the illusion of quick success. AI feels like a bit of a gold rush at the moment, and everyone wants a piece of the action. So when it comes to using AI to make some extra cash, the prevailing opinion is that it's a walk in the park. The truth is, starting a business of any kind and turning it into a successful venture is hard, and starting an AI art business is no different. I realised I was treating this challenge as more of a get-rich-quick scheme instead of a promising business opportunity. And it's no surprise, starting a business is more accessible than ever, and with the advancements in AI, the barrier has been lowered even further. Now all you need to create a product for your business is an internet connection and a keyboard to type in some prompts. But just because the barrier to entry has lowered, it doesn't mean that creating a business has actually got any easier. If anyone can do it and there's a chance to make some money, you better be sure everyone's going to follow suit. The point is, an AI art store is a business, and there's so much more to starting a business than typing in a few prompts. Lesson 2: overlooking core business principles. I'm not sure what it was, but for some reason, everything I'd learned about business went straight out the window. Maybe it was the short time frame I'd given myself, or the illusion of quick success that I found myself enchanted by, but I completely forgot about some really important key business principles. And I'm guessing there's a few of you out there that need reminding of these business basics too. Here's 3 really important ones. Number 1, I didn't try to figure out who the target market was of my store, or create a customer persona to specify who my ideal customer was. This meant I had no idea who I was creating the artworks for, and as such meant I was just throwing stuff at the wall, hoping something would stick. Not the best strategy. Number 2, I didn't understand what my customers' pain points and challenges were. This is a really important question to answer when starting any business, as if you're not solving an actual problem that exists, no one's going to buy your product. And 3, most importantly, I didn't build a high quality product that solved my customer's problem, because I didn't even know what the problem was. I didn't take the time to answer any of these questions. AI was doing the heavy lifting and creating the art prints for me, but that's not an excuse to get lazy. If you can't answer these 3 important questions, then you might as well be blindfolded, as you're not going to know what your customer wants, and in turn how best to use AI to your advantage. Which brings me along nicely to the 3rd lesson I learned. Lesson 3: understanding AI and how to use it effectively. Generative AI services like Midjourney are like any tool. They need to be mastered to get the most out of them. It's not as easy as entering in a few words and magically churning out a masterpiece. You've got to master the craft of prompts. But don't worry, there's plenty of information to consume online to get you there. With a quick Google search or a few videos on YouTube, you can easily learn to prompt like a pro. The final piece of the puzzle is changing how we view the process of using AI in creation. At the moment, a lot of people, myself included, have been using AI as the start, middle, and end of the process. Rather, we should be using AI as part of the process. Once you've generated any artwork using AI, don't let that be the end of it. By adding your own personalized spin using programs like Photoshop and Illustrator, you can take the designs to another level to create something really unique. If you don't possess the right skill sets to get the job done, find someone who does, or learn them for yourself. It might take longer to get designs out, but I think quality over quantity is the best policy here. There's already so much mediocre art out there, so don't add to that collection like I did. The internet is full of online gurus that are pushing this AI Etsy artwork trend, and a lot of them make it sound like it's going to be an easy venture. The fact of the matter is that couldn't be further from the truth. Starting a business is hard, and building a successful business is even harder. But just because it's hard doesn't mean it's not possible. The good news is that with dedication and hard work, you can 100% make your AI Etsy dreams a reality. So the way I see it, you've got to decide what you're in this for. Are you in this for a quick buck? If you are, I'm afraid the odds are stacked against you. Quite frankly, you'd be better off putting the prompts on pause and finding something more meaningful to work on. But if you're in this for the long run, there's a chance you can find success. If you're committed and willing to put time and effort into this, there's no reason you can't turn your AI Etsy store into a profitable venture. So the question is, what's it going to be?